large bill.
Stephen Nagy, thank you very much for joining us. You are staying with us to discuss our next story. China has issued a strong warning to the United States and Vietnam following the announcement of a new trade deal by President Donald Trump. Beijing says any agreement that harms the interests of third parties, particularly China, is unacceptable, adding that it supports resolving trade differences through equal dialogue. Listen in to what China's Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Mao Ning had to say.
中方一贯主张各方通过平等对话协商解决经贸分歧，同时有关谈判和协议不应针对或损害第三方的利益。
The deal announced just days before Trump's deadline for increasing tariffs on US trade partners is seen as a possible template for future agreements. But Chinese officials accuse the US of striking deals that could undermine Beijing's economic interests, with China's Commerce Ministry reiterating its opposition to unilateral tariffs. Trump's trade advisor has previously called Vietnam a Chinese colony, accusing it of relabeling goods made in China to avoid US duties. Markets initially reacted positively to the deal, but stocks in Vietnamese-linked companies fell after details revealed higher than expected tariffs. We're once again joined by Stephen Nagy to discuss this in further detail. Stephen, does China's warning mean we could see fresh trade tensions in the region because of this US-Vietnam trade deal?
Well, ultimately, what Beijing is the message that it's sending is that it's very, very concerned about the implications of bilateral trade deals with the United States on their economy, which is already experiencing some severe downward pressures due to structural issues. That means graying population and young people not really wanting to work, 25% youth unemployment, a huge debt, and a housing market that's crashed. So they're concerned about how they'll deal with Vietnam, but potentially other countries could further put downward pressure on the Chinese economy. This is serious, and the Chinese are willing to put pressure on countries that are going to put more downward pressure on the Chinese economy.
Thank you very much, Stephen. We move on to our next story. When on July the 3rd, the Chinese military Southern Theater Command confirmed that it had carried out a combat